Sup nerds! So we finally got the long-awaited Milepost Zero Caravan update on September 17th of 2024. And well, I may or may not have over-expected a bit too much, but more on that later. It's been a few days since the update, but I was able to farm for every collectible that I wanted. I did leave out the snow globes because, well, let's be honest, it's the most filler of all filler contents. Not only so, but how much for just one snow globe? After you made me spend everything for all the caravans? Hell no. I ain't getting those, at least not until I heal a bit emotionally. But yeah, everything else that was collectible that is available in this update, because a lot of the cooler ones were taken out. Not sure if they will ever put them back in again, but you know, all of the ones that are available, I did get them. So we'll talk about the update a bit and then show every collectible rewards in the Milepost Zero Caravan update, minus the snow globes of course. If you only want to see the collectibles, then you can use the timestamps to skip ahead. But otherwise, let's get to it. So to start doing the caravan stuff, first check your quest to check the flare, go do that. Then interact with the Brahmin corpse here, and then make your way to the Milepost Zero right here. Once in there, Marley will be talking to someone else, and right off the bat, the story is just absolute cinema. Nah, this has got to be some of the laziest, most bare-bone writing that I've seen in a long time. So the disappointment starts right there. But she will eventually ask you for 500 caps to get things going. Again, it makes no sense that we have to pay for everything. Paying those will start the caravan, which practically is just free range, but with one Brahmin instead of 3. Pretty simple, escort your Brahmin, keep it safe, and then deposit the cargo when prompted. Simple. Once that's done, go back to Marley and you will have 110 supplies. This is the new currency of this update. With that, you can already hire one of the NPCs, the Brahmin Tamer, for 100 supplies. And that is the recommended move here, as that allows you to do caravans with bigger cargoes. Which it does cost more, but does get you more supplies for each run. So the standard caravan is a small cargo which gets you 10 supplies. The medium cargo gets you 25 supplies and the large cargo will get you 50. That said, even though price-wise, the medium one is probably best. Believe you me when I say that with the large cargo, you will be paying for convenience, because activity-wise, this is it. That's all they really added in this update. There's no other activity here. It's literally just this. Better get comfortable, because you will be doing this over and over and over again. And if you don't have enough caps to start your own, every few hours, the small and sometimes even the medium ones will cost 0 to start. And once you do them, their prices will go up again and slowly start going down. Or you can join someone else's caravan, but doing so only gets you 10% of what you will get if you started your own. So even if you help out someone who is doing a large cargo, you will only get 5 supplies instead of 50, even though you will still be doing the same exact activity. That said, it's not too hard. Slap a friendly fire perk on there, take a flamer or a plasma flamer with you, and something to shoot from a distance, and you were golden. I soloed the last 30 caravans on my own because most people got bored of it after the first 2 days, and I did over 50 of these because I ran out of caps fairly early on. But why do we need so many supplies, you ask? Well, to improve the Milepost Zero, most notably to hire NPCs for it. So who can we hire? Well, let's take a look. There's Josie, the Brahmin Tamer, who you can unlock for 100 supplies. She will not only allow us to take different cargo sizes for the caravan, but she also allows us to rename our Brahmin. Mine is called Smelly Betty, and I love her. Hate the activity, but not the Brahmin. She's the best. Never let me down, even if she loses her way around sometimes. You can also change the feed of your Brahmin through Josie with additional supplies. It gives your Brahmin a stat boost of your choice. That said, you can upgrade Josie to tier 2 with 200 supplies and tier 3 with 300 supplies, each tier getting better staff buffs for your Brahmin. But like I said, it really isn't a difficult activity. You can just keep Josie at tier 1 and it won't change anything. The only thing would possibly be to get her snow globe at tier 2, but again, I hate snow globes, so no. There's also Axel, the decorator, and you can hire him for 125 supplies. He has a cool robot, but he does not really help out in anything. By paying him supplies, he can change the theme of the Milepost Zero. At tier 1, he only has Blue Ridge Caravan theme for 0 supplies, but that is the standard theme. So if you choose that, nothing will happen, even though he says he will get it ready for you. And the military theme, which costs 40 supplies, but I didn't get it because I needed all the supplies for the collectibles, baby. You can also upgrade Axel to tier 2 for 150 supplies and tier 3 for 200 supplies, each tier bringing more themes for you to choose. Then there's Theodore, the ammo merchant, hireable for 150 supplies, and at tier 1 he will only sell you ammo, but when you upgrade him to tier 2 for 250 supplies, you can talk to him about V63 to unlock a quest called Unconventional Weaponry, and once you finish the quest, technically he already becomes tier 3 apparently, and he will sell you the plans for the mods for the V63 Laser Carbine. Lastly, there's Ineke, I don't know how to say her name, the imported goods merchant, hireable at 150 supplies as well. She will sell you some plans that have international themes, since it's supposed to be imported goods. She can also be upgraded to tier 2 for 250 supplies and tier 3 for 500 supplies. Yeah, 500. I'm pretty sure I aged like 8 years from the caravans just for this one NPC alone. But each tier unlocks more plans and some bulk materials. Some of the plans are cool, some are not so cool, but you know, collectibles. And there was supposed to be a 5th NPC called Windy, the Cryptid Hunter, but she was taken out. She was going to sell us a bunch of awesome hunter-themed plans like the Ogre Throne, the Deathclaw Outfit and Backpack, the Gulper Outfit and Plushie, Hunter Hanbok, which is like a Korean traditional outfit, just a ton of cool stuff. Arguably the best stuff in Milepost 0, and we don't know if she will be added back in later, which is super sad. Here's to hoping they will bring her back and all the rewards back, but also maybe don't make her require so many supplies like the others, because I'm not sure I can go through that all over again. That said, not everything is bad. There was a lot of potential here. Talking to each NPCs and seeing how they feel about each other after every tier upgrade was kinda cool. These bunch of very different characters that don't really belong together, just growing fond of each other by working together in a failing caravan post, which is all funded by yours truly. What a bunch of freeloaders. But despite the potential and an interesting premise, the writing was really tedious. A big stinky doo-doo, if you will. Would have been cool if we actually got some story quests like some of the previous updates, but no, all we got were tidbits of dialogue by talking to the NPCs and this activity. Gosh, if there were at least 2 different kinds of activities, would have been somewhat cooler. You only get the one. But really think of the possibilities of different missions they could give us. I don't know, maybe a mission to getting the cargo in the first place by going scavenging? Or a mission to bring back stolen cargoes from the raiders? Or a rescue mission to help out caravans that are currently being ambushed? There's so many possibilities for cool activities, and all Bethesda chose to give us was a measly escort mission, just a free range with a different label. And I can't help but feel like this was a very low effort update that took a really long time. And it's honestly very disappointing and a little heartbreaking, to be honest. This game could have been so much larger than it is today, but almost every update has fallen short. Just never really quite what the players wanted. A little more effort would have been a huge difference, I think, but instead of more activities, or at least fun activities, the trend has always seemed to be just one repetitive activity and fill it up with a few cool rewards and then top it off with a bunch of filler content. All of those plastiform and honeycombs and now snow globes, it's all filler content. It's just there to keep the players grinding for things that they don't really want, to keep us preoccupied until the next update, which even with those is never quite enough. But I guess that's just a rambling from a heartbroken fan. I do appreciate all the collectible stuff that they add in with every major update. So with this one, let me show you them. Starting out with the new weapon that everybody wants, the V63 Laser Carbine. Like I mentioned before, you do need to upgrade Theodore to tier 2, and to do that you do already need to have 250 supplies in your inventory, or that gaslighting Marley will not even show you the option that they are upgradable. The mission itself is very straightforward, just go to the waypoints and done. I even snuck my way all the way in, didn't have to shoot a single lost. Super quick, super simple, and what a weapon. Once you make it back, Theodore will start selling the weapon mods for it, and I only picked up 2 of them because I don't think I will ever use any of the other ones. I got the Forceful Stock, which increases the durability, and I do love me some durable weapons, and the Overclock Capacitor, which compared to the other capacitors just sounded a lot better to me. I might be wrong, of course, but for now this is what I will stick to. Now, if you don't want to do caravans for this weapon is droppable and sellable. So maybe check the player vendors around you. I myself did put a few of the modded ones on sale at my vendor for anyone who might be struggling with staying sane from these caravans. Now, from Ineke, I never know her name. The imported goods vendor. At tier 1, you can get the Persian wall rugs, which is very thematic. I do like these, and there's a few variations of them as well. The rolled up rugs, which, you know, along with the raw rugs, maybe you can make yourself a rug shop themed camp. Maybe? I don't know. There's also the Noren Curtains, which, are these called curtains? They do block out the sun, but I think these go on top of your doorway instead of the windows. Still pretty cool, I guess. There's also the Park Ranger supply box, which is tiny for a stash box, but it is a stash box nonetheless. I do like it. You can place it on the floor or on the walls. And the last tier 1 item is the makeshift wine rack, which honestly it looks pretty sketchy and not very international theme. I don't know, what country is that from? Redneck Nation? But on tier 2, you can get the Noren Awning, which this one definitely goes on top of doorways, pretty cool. The lightning battery lamp, which is definitely something I loved. It's very lightning-y and animated, and I love it. The Stargazer Telescope, which is an interactable item, it does give you perception bonus if you interact with it. Very cool. Although, what am I looking at inside the shelter? And of course, the Lederhosen Outfit and the Outfit Hat. Each plan sold separately, of course, but just in time for Oktoberfest. Then on tier 3 we get, of course, the bunch of snow globes I've been complaining about the whole video, but honestly the majority of players probably don't give two rat booties about it, but also the Vault Boy plushie backpack, which is definitely pretty cool, though again, not very international themed now, is it? Do you think the vendor went overseas to get a plushie backpack of an American Vault Boy? Kinda weird, not gonna lie. Then there's the Vault Girl plushie backpack, which the sentiment is the same as the Vault Boy one. And perhaps what every collector was losing sleep to farm these caravans for, the Redcoat Outfit and Hat both sold separately, of course. And I gotta say, this is definitely a cool outfit. I do like it quite a bit, but was it worth 50 plus caravans? Maybe on a slower pace it wouldn't have been so bad, but seeing as I needed to make this video, I did rush this on the first 2 days of the update, and now I may or may not be hearing voices again. But like I said, if you really want these outfits, but don't want to do caravans, at least the outfits are droppable and sellable. So check the player vendors. I assume more people will start selling them as they gain access to this, but if you can't find any and you do play on PC, you might find them on my vendor, and if you ask nicely enough, when I'm not busy, I may just craft them for you. But that is it for now. Like I said, hopefully they do add Windy the Korean Cryptid Hunter back in again, cause all of her stuff were pure fire. I really wanted them in my collection. But tell me, what did you think of this update? And what should I collect next? It can be anything from any game as long as I think it's cool. Otherwise, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to see more collection videos like this, and of course, always nerd on.